Hey Power Happiness Success family. This video is for anyone out there who wants to better understand what I mean by self-love and to understand how self-love can free you, essentially. So, there can be some misconceptions about this. So this video, firstly and foremostly, is about self-love. Now, by self-love, this is not what I'm referring to, because this is what feeds the ego. This is what fuels arrogance. This is what drives cockiness and so on and so forth, significance. So I'm not referring to these sort of things, okay? I'm not referring to pumping yourself up, making yourself seem superior, okay? Because that would be fueling the ego, and that would be actually fueling insufficiency, lack. That would be actually feeding fear, incompleteness, and so on and so forth, okay? So this is not what I'm after. This is a no-no. I'm talking about this kind of self-love. By self-love, I'm referring to loving who you are for the sake of it, because you are a living being. Because you are a living being. And it's got nothing to do with your identity. It's got nothing to do with your identity. It's got nothing to do with the fact that you're really smart, or intellectual, or sexy. It's got nothing to do with where you're from or how much money you have. Because this kind of self-love, loving yourself for being this, for looking a certain way of being, is based on just the physical world. And the physical world is very much limited. So instead of fueling this kind of suffering, instead we're going to simply love ourselves for just being. We're going to love ourselves for being. We're going to love ourselves for our ability to be in the present, moment, because it's all about presence, being here with you now. For example, I'm in the present moment with you now because I'm fully immersed in this video, in talking and communicating with you now. I'm not doing this video yet simultaneously in my mind thinking about, oh, I hope I say everything perfectly. I hope they think this about me. I hope I look good in the video, all these sorts of things. I'm not preoccupied elsewhere. And vice versa, I'm also not in my head thinking about the past, something bad. I'm talking to you and yet I'm thinking about something bad that happened last week. That would mean I'm lost in time, I'm lost in the past, I'm lost in the future, I'm lost in egoic thinking, this kind of conditioned consciousness based in my identity and that emotional attachment, which is very, very painful for if you live your life in that way. And it's one of the reasons why most people spend 70% of their lives living in chronic stress, chronic pain, chronic suffering, chronic egoic thinking, okay? So instead, we want to transition here. We want to just love everything, because we all are one. We all belong together. We all are the same. We all come from the same source. It's that kind of self-love. I mean, simply love. Because you really, whenever you exhibit love, when you give to someone, when you experience gratitude or appreciation, what are you being? You are being that greater intelligence. Whether you are religious or you're spiritual or you believe in karma and energy and these sort of things, you must believe that there is a greater power out there, some kind of overruling reason why we're here, how we function. We don't have to focus on breathing, we're just breathing. What's pumping our heart? It's not us who's doing it. What's enabling us to function? Are you producing the millions of cells every single second in your body? No, that's being done for you. There is a greater intelligence, whatever what you believe. And what we have to understand is that by experiencing love, we're experiencing God. We're not experiencing love in order to feel superior, to feel separate and isolated, to feel unique and different and better than other people. That's not what love is about. Real love is about being connected to this one source, that greater consciousness, if you will. And when you start to love yourself more and you're grateful, you're appreciative, you're loving, you give more, you share your skills, your talents, your love, your attention, your energy with people in various different contexts, that's when you thrive. That's when you're truly alive. So being present is about being truly alive. And there's less tension. There's no evaluation here. There's no judgment. We're limitless when we're in this world, if you will. And this is the main way to become more self-loving, because by self-love, I mean our self-esteem. So by self-esteem lives here in this bracket. But what happens is confidence lives here. You understand? Confidence lives in the physical world. Self-esteem lives within. Confidence lies without, in terms of how you perform. For example, if you love yourself in these areas, you might be confident in terms of how you perform a certain skill, and confident in terms of how you come across and how you seem, being confident to speak, to deliver, to build rapport, to negotiate, to influence others, confidence with attracting someone and these sort of things. That's confidence. But confidence still exhibits lack, because if you don't get certain results in your life, if you do not get certain results in your life, you don't win a trophy, get that certificate, get that graduation, you don't marry that person, you don't develop a certain amount of wealth, you don't get that car. If you don't get certain results, then your confidence goes down. So your confidence can go up and down. Have you ever known like an artist or an athlete, for example, who used to be amazing and they're still in their prime, physically speaking, in terms of their ability to perform energy-wise, and yet they're off and they're making more mistakes and they're not scoring or winning matches, and you're like, what's going on? It's because they've been living here and their confidence has been smashed, because their ego has been smashed, because they're always living in lack and fear, and that negativity has probably got the best of them. That's what negative momentum is about. Instead, when you start to live here, where there's no judgment, there's no self-esteem, you're not evaluating yourself and you're not allowing others to evaluate you. There's no such thing as reputations and all these sorts of things. Self-esteem is just about loving how you've done in anything, appreciating how you've done in anything. That's what true self-esteem is. It's all, self-esteem happens here. Confidence is built over here. Confidence, therefore, is in the hands of other people and what they think and feel about your worth and your ability. Self-esteem has got nothing to do with external people's points of view. It's about how you think and feel about yourself. And that happens when we develop these kind of skills and we have a greater knowing of what truly matters in life. So if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and also click the notification bell, because every single week I release several videos like this, but also episodes, podcasts, interviews that I don't release in its entirety on other social platforms. So you're definitely going to want to subscribe. So have a great day, guys, and stay strong.